guys, it's Eshani. So today I have my Sephora Spring 2021 VIB sale haul video for you. You guys know this is my favorite video to do. Also, is this thing a little creepy? I was just looking at it in the viewfinder. Initially when I put it back there, I was like, oh, this is kind of cute, but now I'm not sure if it's a little creepy. Anyways, you guys know this is my favorite video to film. I film these videos twice a year, basically every single year. These hauls have evolved so much over the year, but I have to say this one might be one of my favorites because I repurchased a lot of my favorite items, but I also bought a lot of new exciting makeup products too. This is the perfect mix of everything because in this video you guys will see the products that I run through so often that I purchased not one but a couple backups of, but also we have a lot of new makeup formulas to discuss. It's been so long since I've done a proper makeup haul. Where do I even begin? So much stuff to talk about in this video. I've also tried and tested quite a few of the items, so I do have some first impressions to share with you guys as well. I'm gonna try to go through these items with some semblance of a structure. So we're gonna do skincare first, then a little hair care, then makeup. So skincare wise, I've got a ton of repurchases. We've got 2 bottles of my Drunk Elephant Luxury Marula facial oil. You guys know how I feel about this item. I have gone through bottle after bottle of it. It is the best face oil. I credit this oil to really clearing up my skin. I used to struggle with quite a bit of acne, especially on my cheeks, and that really left a lot of like dents and scars. And since I started incorporating this oil into my skincare routine, I've been using it almost as my serum. It has pretty much gotten my skin back to a really nice clear state. My skin's not perfect by any means. It's never been perfect, but using this, it's about as close to perfect as I've ever seen it, at least in my adult life. So I love this. I purchased 2 more bottles. Another stupidly expensive Drunk Elephant thing that I also purchased 2 more of. This is the Drunk Elephant Lala Retro Whipped Cream Moisturizer. Recently, I've experimented with more facial moisturizers, and one that I really do like is the Cerave Moisturizing Cream in the tub. That is really good. However, when I started using that consistently and I just cut out the Lala Retro, I realized that my skin just didn't have the dewiness, it didn't have the glow as when I used this. So the CeraVe one is good. I do incorporate it in every now and then, but honestly, this cocktail between the marula oil and the Lala Retro whipped cream, I mean, this makes my skin look so good. I decided to try this new mask. This is the Herbivore Blue Tansy Resurfacing Clarity Mask. It's supposed to like deep clean out your pores to just give your skin a nice clear appearance over time. And I'll be totally honest, I don't feel like this does anything. It says to use this mask 3 to 4 times a week, so that's essentially every other night. And I have used it 3 times now. It's like this greeny blue goo, essentially. My grandmother used to have Tiger Balm. She used to put it like on her knees and elbows and stuff every night, and I just so vividly remember that scent. And this smells like Tiger Balm, which isn't quite the scent I want in a face mask that I'm putting all over my face, because it's a little much. And I mean, I could get past the scent of it if the actual mask did something for my skin, and I just really don't feel like it does anything. I decided to pick this kit up. I don't think I've ever purchased the Sephora Favorites Sun Safety Kit before. They do these kits every single year around this time, and it's basically a sampling of a bunch of different sunscreens or sun care products. It's only $39, and of course I got the 20% off on top of that, and you get quite a bit in this kit. So it comes with this pretty cute tie-dye like canvas makeup bag. And then as far as the items inside, you get 2 full-size items, which is pretty impressive. You get the Dr. Dennis Gross All Physical Dark Spot Sun Defense Sunscreen. This has a broad spectrum SPF 50. Then you also get the Clinique Pep Start Daily UV Protector, also broad spectrum SPF 50. I'm pretty sure that these 2 items in and of themselves would equal way more than the $39 price tag of this entire kit. But on top of those 2 full sizes, you also get a ton of trial sizes. This, I mean, honestly, this was kind of a big selling point for me. This is the Super Goop Unseen Sunscreen SPF 40. I have this in the full size and I love it. You get a Kate Somerville serum, a Murad Essential C Day Moisturizer. This is also a sunscreen. A Lancome sunscreen. This Biossance Squalane and Zinc Sheer Mineral sunscreen. Peter Thomas Roth SPF 45 sunscreen. You get a sunscreen from Dermalogica. You get the Isle of Paradise self-tanning drops. The Shiseido SPF 50 sunscreen. This I've actually been wanting to try because people swear by the Shiseido sunscreens. And then you also get these Hum dietary supplements. This is like, it gives you vitamin D without the sun or something. I don't know if I'll actually take these. That's kind of weird. That is a lot of sample sunscreens. And if you're someone who either likes to experiment with different sunscreens or you just haven't found your favorite one yet, this is a really good kit to try out. I got one body care item. I got the new Sol de Janeiro body lotion. This is their Balm Dia Bright Cream. Did I say that weird? Balm Dia Bright Cream. This is infused with renewing fruit AHAs and vitamin C. All the buzzwords that make people buy stuff, right? Just throw vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, AHAs. What are some other awesome buzzwords? Of course, natural, clean, organic. This doesn't claim to be any of those other things. This just says AHAs and vitamin C. Don't want to go too crazy with the buzzwords either because then it looks a little sketch. But anyways, this is their new cream. You guys know how much I love their original Bum Bum cream. That is my favorite body moisturizer in the spring and summertime. It just gives your skin this beautiful glow. But when I saw Sol de Janeiro describe this as like a vanilla intoxicating scent, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try that. This is infused with coconut oil. It's got mango extract, papaya extract. It's got all the good stuff in here. Man, this smells so freaking good. It's like a fruity vanilla, very indulgent. Will be my new go-to body butter for the summertime. We're almost there, you guys. We're almost to the makeup. I just wanted to mention I picked up 2 more of the Moroccan oil hair treatments. I absolutely love this oil. I actually think my video comparing the Moroccan oil to the Organics oil, it's one of my most popular videos on my channel, funny enough. And in that video, I think I said that I liked them both, but to be honest, this is the one I have consistently repurchased since I uploaded that video. I want to say that was probably almost 10 years ago. And I just used the original one, by the way. They also have a light version. I don't feel like this one weighs my hair down, so I've never tried the light version, but if you have super fine hair, you might want to give the light version a shot if you feel like this is too heavy. Let's jump into the color because I know that's what you guys are probably the most excited about. So first up, I picked up the new Fenty Beauty Ease Drop or Easy Drop? Eavesdrop? Oh no, Eavesdrop. That makes sense. Like eavesdrop, like to eavesdrop on something. That makes sense. The Blurring Skin Tint. I purchased the color number 15. It does look really light here, but that's because this is actually a frosted bottle. Fenty Beauty had a chart on their Instagram where if you guys know the color of foundation that you wear from their like soft matte foundation range, they kind of converted it over into the Ease Drop color for you because they don't offer as many shades of this stuff as they do their original original foundation. One thing I wish this had in it was sunscreen. I know you can't rely on sunscreens within makeup items to be your solo sunscreen, but there's nothing wrong with layering sunscreen. The more sun protection you have, the better. So I do wish this had some kind of sunscreen in it, but other than that, I'm excited to try it. The other face foundation item that I picked up, this is actually the foundation I'm wearing on my skin right now. This is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Skin Finish Stick Foundation. This is the very first time I've ever tried a Huda Beauty foundation. Is that shocking to you guys? Because I know her original liquid foundation got a ton of hype. I never tried it for myself. I used this for the first time today, like I said. The shade I bought is Churro. This foundation is amazing. The color match is absolutely impeccable. This was one of the items I actually purchased in Sephora stores because she has a lot of shades and a lot of the shades almost look the same. This is a medium coverage, but you can definitely build it to full because I did about 2 layers on my skin and I feel like it's full coverage, but it's not heavy. It's not cakey. It doesn't have a weird scent to it. I know some Huda Beauty foundations I heard were really heavily perfumed. This isn't. This could be my daily wear foundation because it's very lightweight. It matches me perfectly. It blends seamlessly. It looks so good on the skin. I love this. Definitely recommend. Another Huda Beauty item I picked up. I really wanted to try this because if you guys watched Emily Noel's recent video she did about undupable makeup items, she talked about formulas that she could not find dupes for in her own stash, and that really fascinates me because Emily has a huge makeup collection and she's always testing new items. So if there are items in her collection and formulas that she's like, there is nothing else like this that I have ever tried, that really excites me. So one of the items she talked about was the Huda Beauty Tan Tour. I also purchased this in person because I wanted to swatch out the shades, and I will say I feel like the shades run really dark. Generally, I would go for a tan shade, but her tan was so dark. And it was also very cool toned. When I swatched it on my hand, it almost looked purple. So I ended up going a shade down and going for the medium, which I think is the second darkest shade. And I think she has, sorry, I think like a dog just barked outside that really just distracted me. But this is the second darkest shade she has, I believe, and I think she has 4 or 5 shades in the lineup. This is the shade medium. Now, you guys might be able to tell in the screen, it does look pretty warm toned. Okay, another dog just chimed in now. The dogs are going at it. I am wearing this Tan Tour on my skin right now, so maybe you can see the contour I have going on. As I said, it is pretty warm. So when I blend it out, it does lean a little orangey, which I like for my skin tone, but I could see if you naturally have a cooler undertone or even a neutral undertone, this might not be the best contour. It might be a pretty good bronzer though, because it is warm, but either way, the formula on this is so unique. This stuff is so opaque. It is pigmented. You need the tiniest little bit, but it blends out so nicely. I might have over blended a bit and blended a little bit of the foundation away, but I think that was just me trying to get the hang of it because this really is a new, unique, very interesting formula. Really happy I picked this up. Thank you, Emily, for the suggestion. Another formula that Emily mentioned in that undupable makeup formulas video is the Nars Air Matte Blush. She did say that this reminded her a lot of the original Maybelline Dream Mousse blushes. I remember back in 7th grade, or maybe it was 8th grade, I had all of their eyeshadows. They had like a pretty light pink, a pretty blue, a green, a gold, a champagne. And every single day I would just swipe one of them across my lids. The funniest thing is, of course, I didn't know anything about makeup, so I was just wearing this eyeshadow, no liner, no mascara, none of that fancy stuff. I would pick like a new color a day depending on what matched with my outfit best. And those shadows really had terrible staying power. And I also had really oily eyelids. And of course, I didn't know anything about eyeshadow primer or anything back then. So my shadow by the end of the day would be all up in my creases and it would look horrible. However, those were the shadows I wore for at least a year, if not 2 years straight. Now, hopefully this blush is a little step up from the OG Maybelline formula. The shade I ended up getting is called Scandalous. This was another one I swatched in stores, and I swatched all the shades they had. Most of the other ones, actually I think all of the other ones were lighter. This was the darker kind of berry tone shade, and this is the blush I'm wearing on my skin right now, and my goodness, it is so nice. I applied it with a stiff synthetic brush. It went on beautifully. It blended beautifully. I didn't need a ton of it because the color is fairly pigmented, but it's not overly pigmented such that when you blend it, it really blends out absolutely flawlessly. There's no harsh edges. I love this formula. Now, going along with that, I kind of went on a cream blush kick. So the next one that I decided to try is the one from Rare Beauty. This is the Stay Vulnerable Melting Blush. Look at this little packaging. It is so stinking cute. It looks like a little like macaroon or something. Nars should be ashamed. Even though this is a glass jar, this is the cutest little thing. I can't with this packaging. So I picked up the shade Nearly Mauve. I believe this is also the darkest shade. I had to pick this up online because in stores they were sold out of this particular color. And when I swatched the other 3 shades they have in the lineup, they seemed really, really sheer. So I knew I needed to go for the kind of darker shade if it was gonna actually show up on me. This isn't something I've used yet, but I am so, so excited to try it out. I also picked up a cream blush from Melt Cosmetics. This is their Cream Blush Light. Now, this is a formula that a lot of people have been talking about and hyping up, and it has been sold out on the Sephora website. But by some miracle, I saw this particular shade in stock, and this is one of the shades I really did want to try, so I snatched it while I could. This is the shade Sandy Cheeks. Now, online, it definitely looked a little bit darker. Even in the online swatches, it looked significantly darker, so I really don't know how this is actually gonna look on my skin tone. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know if you can even see it. It's right here on my hand. Yeah, like I said, it does look pretty light. It's like a very like mid-tone apricot shade. I don't know. We'll see about that. I will give it a test and probably follow up with you guys at some point. And then the final cream blush that I had to try. This is the Hourglass Vanish Blush Stick. I also couldn't find swatches of the shade lineup. I think they have 5 or 6 different offerings. I just went for the one called Devoted because I think it was described as like a natural mauve. It comes in the traditional Hourglass Vanish Stick packaging and looks a little too pink for me. So the swatch is right here. I feel like you can't really see it because it really is like too light. It doesn't pop on my skin tone. We'll give it a fair shot. I'm not gonna write it off yet. I do wish they had swatches of these, like proper swatch pictures, because I think it just would have been easier for me to pick a shade. But either way, I had to give it a shot because Hourglass is my vice. Speaking of it being my vice, I wanted to pick up the Ambient Lighting Volume 2 palette. Now, so I used this for the first time today. This is what it looks like. None of the Hourglass ambient lighting powders are very impressive in the pan. Even sometimes when you swatch them, they swatch kind of chalky, they swatch kind of like meh ashy, and I have always said you have to use them on your face. You have to apply them with a brush. You can't just swatch them with your finger. That's not how this particular formula works. A brush on your face, they are magical. However, I don't feel like these are particularly magical. Originally, I popped the lightest one under my eyes to try to brighten on top of my concealer. Didn't really see a difference. Then I decided to use this one kind of all over my skin just to kind of give me a nice finished glow. Didn't see much of a difference there. I used this darkest shade on top of the Tantour that I applied, thinking, oh, maybe it'll give me kind of a glow. It applied a little bit of something, but really nothing impressive. I don't know, maybe I just had too high hopes for this palette. Maybe I just haven't been using the original ambient lighting powders very much anymore. So maybe that's why I'm not quite feeling it. I mean, I love my ambient lighting blushes. I love my ambient lighting strobe highlighters. Even the bronzer is amazing. But I think these original powders, I don't know. I don't think they really do it for me, to be honest with you. Okay, so we have an eyeshadow palette and a bunch of lip products left to talk about. But before we get into that, I wanted to quickly talk about this. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Brow Styling Wax. I'm cheating a little bit because I actually purchased this a couple weeks before the sale started, but I did get it at Sephora. This is a literal clear gel in a pot. You apply it with like a spoolie, which is what I've been doing. I actually quite like this. I will say there is a learning curve with this. The first time I used it, I applied way too much. My brows were just like gunked up with product. It looked so bad. For some reason, when I went into this, I thought that the formula was gonna be pretty stiff. So I really just kind of dug in with the spoolie and just went for it, and you don't want to do that. This is actually a really, really soft, very like malleable wax. You really just need a little bit. I just lightly tap in with my spoolie and then just brush it through my brows. And I actually really like this. It doesn't deposit any color, but I do feel like it kind of plumps up the brow hairs that you already have. So if you have a good amount of brow hair, you might not even necessarily feel like you need to apply an actual pencil or a powder if you're going for something a little bit more natural. Let's dive into talking about lip products. So Nars came out with these new soft matte tinted lip balms. It is a lip balm. It's very smooth on the lips, fairly moisturizing, but it deposits pretty much full color. But as you expect from the name, soft matte, it has a soft matte look on the lips. So it's not overly glossy. It doesn't look like super shiny. The shade I got is Touch Me. I don't even think this was the darkest shade they had, but all the shades they have are kind of a neutrally type tone. And this is kind of like a berry neutral. It's also the lip color I'm wearing on my lips right now. Let me put a little bit more on. It's super nice. It's very, very smooth. It's not gritty or uncomfortable or heavy on the lips at all. It's lightweight but moisturizing. It's not slippy. I really like this so far. I also went ahead and picked up 3 Dior lip products. Thank God for the 20% off. Let's just say that. I picked up another shade of the Dior Lip Glow Color Reviver Balm. You guys know how much I love my Dior Lip Glow. It's the lip product that I have in my purse absolutely all the time. I always repurchase the original pink shade. I love that stuff. But I saw they had this mahogany shade, and this looked like a gorgeous nude shade for my skin tone. I'll swatch it, but I don't know if you guys are gonna get much out of this swatch. It's basically a sheer balm that the color kind of develops as it warms up on your skin. And then of course, depending on your natural lip color combined with this kind of semi-sheer balm, you will get your own custom color. color. But honestly, the texture of the lip glow is so nice. It's like a thicker lip balm that's not heavy, it's not sticky. It genuinely moisturizes your lips. So I let mahogany kind of develop a little bit. So it's right here. So this is the Nars one. You can see obviously that Nars lip balm is, like I said, I mean, it's opaque. The Dior one right here is more of a sheer tinted color, but I love the mahogany shade. It's gonna be so good for me. And then I saw that Dior had these lip glow oils available. I don't know if this is new, but I've never seen them before. And if you guys have followed my channel for a while, you know how obsessed with the YSL, what were they called? The Touche Éclat lip oils or whatever they were called. Oh, those were so good, but you can't get those anymore. So I saw that Dior had these available, so I decided to give them a shot. I got two shades. We've got Berry on the top and Rosewood on the bottom. Rosewood is a shade they actually also have in the lip glow stick, like the mahogany one I purchased. However, when I swatched the mahogany lip glow oil compared to the Rosewood lip glow oil, I realized that the Rosewood one actually developed into a more prominent shade. Even though the mahogany lip glow oil looks darker in the tube, it didn't develop as prominently as this one did. So I went ahead and picked up Rosewood and Berry. Like I said, very excited to try these. I feel like I've been talking for 84 years and we finally have the last makeup item. This is the eyeshadow palette that I have had my eye on. Can you guys tell what it is based on this? That I have had my eye on for a long time. It's not a new palette, but every single time I see it in stores or I see it on the Sephora website, I just drool over it. I owed it to myself to finally grab the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. This is going to be my go-to summer palette. Just look at how beautiful this is. This is one of Natasha Denona's 15 pan palettes, but it's the smaller version. So it's the $65 palette, not the like $130 palette. The color scheme of this palette, I know the lighting is going crazy here, but the color scheme of this palette makes me absolutely drool. From these warm, rusty colors to this pinky color to the purpley, mauvey colors, this mustard right here, and the bronzes, the champagnes. I mean, this is the perfect blend of everything I love in a palette. It's also the palette I'm wearing on my eyes today. I don't know how much you guys can tell since my liquid liner, I haven't been applying liquid liner for a while. So my liquid liner kind of got out of hand today because I'm retraining myself to use the liquid liner. But under all that liner I have going on, I do have this palette. I can't wait to use this some more. I can't wait to start pulling in these more pinky tones, even this mustard. I mean, this mustard, between these two colors, let's say these three colors, I was pretty much sold. These three shades are delicious. The quality is amazing, exactly what I expect from Natasha Denona. The shimmers are smooth, pigmented, blendable. The mattes, very easy to blend, build. It worked flawlessly. Alrighty guys, so that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this Sephora haul video. Don't forget to shoot this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys picked up from the Sephora sale, because I would be curious to know if I left anything off of my list and if there's anything else I need to purchase in the near future. Let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching and supporting and subscribing. I really appreciate you guys being here, and I will talk to you in my next video very soon. I'll see you then. Bye!